Hello Mohamed friends, Andang here getting ready to go over some details recently released in a Transport Fever developer video. In the video, an urban games developer talks about cargo types that are going to be coming in Transport Fever. There are about 20 different types of cargo that are going to be featured in the game, including 6 end products that are required by different towns. And these various industries will grow as they are used, similar to the original Train Fever, but in this new game, there will be buildings that are added and the factories will grow in a very realistic sort of way as they add on extra production facilities to the area to show how productive a certain factory is in a representative way. At the various factories, there will also be input storage options, which is a difference from the previous Train Fever. So now you will actually be able to see how much stuff is at a particular factory that is processing goods. And if all the stuff is there, then the factory will be working and everything will be fine. This is kind of similar to a system that is found in Tropico, that sort of series, where they show the input and the output storage. Well, that's now coming to Transport Fever. The developer also mentioned that the same factory can actually produce different things depending on which goods are delivered to it. That seems to be something that is fairly original, at least in the industry simulation genre. This could really change how you play the game. No longer do you have to go searching for a factory that is the particular type of factory that you want that produces the proper goods. Instead, you can just deliver a certain amount of goods to a certain factory and it will adapt based on how you supply it. Now, it does seem that there's obviously limitations still, but for example, in the video, they said that if you have a factory that takes steel and you also give wood, it'll be producing tools instead of something else. And so that's kind of a cool way to incentivize players to bring more goods to a factory, but not make it be a requirement. And I think that that's actually awesome and fairly true to reality. If a certain factory is located in a place that doesn't have a certain good type, then it can't produce what it can't produce. And I think it's cool that this game takes that into effect, and it also just makes the simulation more interesting as it provides more options to the player. Another big part of the cargo system in Transport Fever involves cities. The video itself did not talk or show that much about cities, but the developer did say that cities will actually demand different goods based on the size of their districts within their city. And so that is actually something different from previous transport type games where in the past it's typically based on the overall city size or whatever factory is in there and not based on the individual district sizes that you find in a game like Train Fever. And so I find that very interesting and look forward to see how it's implemented. I think that they didn't talk enough about that or show enough about that, and I think in general they did not talk or show enough about the cargo system. It seems to be a very complex system, and yet they've only scratched the surface with it, and I'm looking forward to see more information as it comes out and then make more of an educated opinion about it later on. To end things off, I just want to talk about the scale of this game. It seems that everything is bigger and better than it was in Train Fever, and that's also true with cargo. There's more chains, and they're longer and more involved, and no longer are cities just taking in goods. It's much more interesting than that now. And there's just bigger scale. These factories are huge. These cities look like they're going to be much bigger. It seems everything has increased in size, including the lengths of stations and the train links themselves, as you can even see in this developer video that they released earlier this week. So I'm looking forward to see what comes out next about Transport Fever. We still need to learn much more about the cargo system, but we're just going to have to wait for them to release more information. Thank you everyone so much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments below what you think of this cargo system and what you think of Transport Fever as a whole. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe for more content because I make videos like this all the time for news for Transport Fever. And anyway, I'll be back again real soon for more Transport Fever news. But until then, thank you everyone so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon.